Hello! Yes, and welcome to our Objective 2.6 sample problems, where we are going to further practice Objective 2.6 using the unit circle to find the value of trig functions. So let's get started with number 1 here, tangent of 3 pi over 4. So the first thing I'm going to see is I'm going to identify where 3 pi over 4 is on the coordinate plane. So let's recall tangent of 3 pi over 4 is y over x, and 3 pi over 4 is right here. Okay, it's the same as 135 degrees. So I'm going to take the y value, which is square root of 2 over 2, and divide that by the x value, which is negative root 2 over 2. Okay, so hopefully we see something here. This is the same thing. We have two factors here, right? Root 2 over 2 divided by negative root 2 over 2. Well, anything divided by itself is 1, and a positive divided by a negative gives me negative 1. So that would be my tangent of 3 pi over 4, the ratio. Think about it. If I have these sides here, I have one that's negative and I have one that's positive, but they're equal. All right, negative divided by a positive, positive divided by a negative. That gives me negative 1. Very good. Sine of negative 240. So what I'm going to do here is, with these negative angles, remember sometimes they're kind of tricky to find. Remember that sine is y value. So I'm going to find 240 degrees, which is right here. And then I'm going to go across the x-axis. So what was 4 pi over 3 is 2 pi over 3, or 120 degrees. All right, so negative 240 is the same as positive 120. Positive 120 would be going this way, negative 240 this way. But anyway, they share that terminal side. So this is the value I'm going to be looking at. Sine is the y value, so it would be the square root of 3 over 2. Excellent. Cosecant of 120 degrees. Hey, what do you know? Same one, right? Also 120 degrees. Same terminal side. So we're dealing with those same values. Cosecant, let's remember, is 1 over y. So my y value is root 3 over 2. So this will be 1 over square root of 3 over 2. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So it'll be 1 times 2 over the square root of 3, which would be 2 over root 3. I don't like having the radical in that denominator, so I'll have the square root of 3 over the square root of 3. 2 times the square root of 3 is 2 root 3. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. So there we go. There's the cosecant of 120 degrees, 2 root 3 divided by 3. The secant of 5 pi over 3. So remember that secant is 1 over x. And to find 5 pi over 3, that's in the fourth quadrant right here. So 1 over x. My x value is 1/2. So it will be 1 over 1/2. Multiply my reciprocal, it would be 1 times 2 over 1. Well, that's just 1 times 2. So my answer here would be 2. The secant of 5 pi over 3 is 2. What about the cotangent of negative 2 pi over 3? The cotangent of negative 2 pi over 3. So what I can do, I can find 2 pi over 3. But I want the negative, remember, so I'm going to flip it across the x-axis to give me 4 pi over 3. Negative 2 pi over 3 is coterminal with 4 pi over 3. So cotangent, remember, is x over y. So my x value is negative 1/2 divided by the negative root 3 over 2. Okay, so multiply by the reciprocal, so I'll have negative 1/2 times 2 over negative root 3. The 2's will divide out. I'd be left with a negative divided by a negative gives me a positive, so it'll be 1 over root 3. Can't leave our answer like that. We need to rationalize our denominator. Multiply both the top and bottom by the square root of 3, and I will end up with root 3 over 3. And that is the cotangent of negative 2 pi over 3. Cosecant. Cosecant, of course, is 1 over y. Oh, here's a good one. All right. So the y value of 0, let's find that. 0 would be right here. All right. What's the y value? It is 0. So this is 1 over 0. Are we allowed to divide by 0? No, we cannot. So this is an example of undefined. The cosecant of 0 is undefined because it's 1 divided by 0. We're not allowed to divide by 0. All right, cotangent of 7 pi over 4. Well, 7 pi over 4 is, negative 7 pi over 4. Ooh, I almost made a big error. 7 pi over 4 is in the 4th quadrant. If I want to go up from there, pi over 4. So these are the values I'm dealing with. Remember that cotangent is x over y. So that means this would be the square root of 2 over 2 divided by the square root of 2 over 2, since that's my x and y value. Well, anything divided by itself is just 1, so that's my solution here. The cotangent of negative 7 pi over 4 is 1. Cosine of 5 pi over 6. 5 pi over 6 is right here. Cosine, remember, is the x value. So to find the cosine of 5 pi over 6, I just need this x value here. It is negative root 3 over 2. And there we go. There's some more examples of us using our unit circle to solve, to identify some trig functions, to find the values of trig functions. Hopefully, we're feeling much more confident with this. If you have any questions, remember, I'm always just an email or a Zoom away. But if you're feeling confident, go ahead and get started on those practice problems. This is Mr. Carter signing off. I'll see you next time.